let's continue the discussion of order of operation. So order of operation is PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. So P stands for parentheses, square bracket, E stands for exponent, square root, absolute value, M-D is multiplication, division, A-S is addition and subtraction. So in this problem, I have an expression, right? So what I expect you to do is I am trying to minimize the round off error. So that means I am going to do the entire computation using a calculator, and we will calculate the answer in one step. So since our our calculator is the main character in this lesson, so I will just make the screen of the calculator bigger. So this one, eventually I will scroll down. If you want to take a screen, if you want to keep all the problems handy, you better take a screenshot right now. So let's zoom in to let you take a better picture. So take a screenshot right now. Alright, so you can pause the video, work this out first, and then come back to my video to see how I do it. So the first problem is we have we have 42.5 minus 40.6 plus 3 divided by 14, right? So let's make the calculator bigger, because part of the purpose is I want you to know how to do this on your calculator. So first we do the subtraction and addition in the numerator, right? So I am going to open the parenthesis. Open parenthesis is right above the 8, close parenthesis is right above the 9, and then we type 42.5 minus 40.6, and then we add 3, close parenthesis, and then we divide it by 14, 14. And then we press enter. So I ask you to round it to 4 decimal places where necessary. So this is equals to 0.35. I don't need to round anything, so that is exactly equals to 0.35. Next one, B, 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5 plus 6 divided by 7. Okay, so open parenthesis, 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5 plus 6, close parenthesis. Oh, looks like they didn't catch my open parenthesis. 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5 plus 6, close parenthesis, divided by 7. Using parentheses is extremely important, because according to the order of operation, division has higher priority. If you don't use parentheses, they will do 6 divided by 7 first, and then they will go from left to right. If you don't use parentheses, they will do 6 divided by 7 first, so that will be a huge mistake. So that is around approximately equals to 0.7143. So let's do one without a parenthesis. This is absolutely right. What about it? What happens if you don't use parenthesis? 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 minus 5 plus 6, and then you divide it by 7. They will just divide it by 7 first. So this answer, negative 0.1428, is completely wrong, because they did the division first. Alright, so next one, C, you have 62.8 minus 60.3 divided by 21 plus 42. So we have one operation on top and one on the bottom. So 62.8 plus, they didn't catch the open parenthesis, 62.8 plus, minus 60.3, close parenthesis, divided by open parenthesis, 21 plus 42. What happens if you don't use parentheses? Then they will just do 60.3 divided by 21, which is a huge mistake. You have to use parentheses. That's why I asked you to practice this in this problem, and I expect you to have your calculator right in front of you. So that is approximately equal to 0.0397. All right, that is C. D, you have 3 minus 5 squared divided by 4.2 minus 2 minus 7 squared divided by 5. Okay, so this one you have, how about this? I'm going to use two parentheses. Parenthesis first, and then another parenthesis, I do the 3 minus 2, close 3 minus 5, close parenthesis, and then square that first. There are two ways to type a square. Either you type this, and then you type a 2, so that is one of the ways to type a square, or you hit this key. This x square key is right, or is on the left hand side of the comma. To do this, so that is a shortcut key to type a square, and then divided by 4.2, and then close parenthesis. The reason I use an extra parenthesis, which is not stated in the problem, is because I want the calculator treat this as one job. All right, and then you subtract, open parenthesis again, 2 minus 7, close parenthesis, and then I'll wrap this right here, and then divided by 5. So do you see that each fraction is wrapped by a parenthesis? So that means I want you to do the subtract, square, divide in one job, and then I have the other one. So I want them to approximate two fractions first, and then we get two results, right? And then the last step is you subtract them. So that is equals to around negative 4.0476. So that is D, and then let's do E. So E, we have the square root of 0.25 times 1.47 divided by 3. So second, you have to hit in your graphing calculator, you have to hit second, and then you have to hit this key, the x square key, because the square root is on the corner of that key. All right, second, and then you hit that key. You see a square root, right? Some scientific calculator, they show SQRT, square root. You have 0.25 times 1.47, and then divided by 3. How come I didn't use parentheses? Because according to the order of operation, they will just go from left to right, multiply first and then divide. You don't need parentheses in this case. If you use parentheses, that doesn't change anything. So that equals to 0.35. Let's use parentheses. So second x squared, you have 0.25 times 1.47, and then divided by 3. That doesn't change anything. All right, and then part F, we have 26 minus 32.8 divided by the square root of 10. This one we need a parenthesis for the minus. So parenthesis 26 minus 32.8, close parenthesis, divided by square root of 10. And then this one is approximately equals to negative 2.150. 4 decimal places. And then G is 50 minus 48 divided by 10 divided by the square root of 20. So open parenthesis, 50 minus 48, close parenthesis, divided by open parenthesis, 10 divided by the square root of 20. Oh, speaking of the square root, in your graphing calculator, when you type a square root, they will do this, and then they will open a parenthesis. So after you finish typing your expression, you have to close parenthesis, because if you keep going without the parenthesis, they will include this operation. They will treat that as, they will think, the calculator think that this operation, they are inside the parenthesis. So let's say you have the square root of 6 plus 2, right? So you should have square root. No. Actually, they don't do this. They will just have a square root and then they open parenthesis. You type 6, you have to close parenthesis, and then you plus 2. If you don't close parenthesis, if you go like this, the calculator thinks that you have the square root of 6 plus 2. That is a huge difference. So back to our problem, we have around negative 0.8944. All right, so that is G, and then we have H. So part H, we have 19 minus 32.8 divided by 7.9 over square root of 50. So open parenthesis, 19 minus 32.8 divided by 7.9 over the square root of 50. Remember, when you do square root on your graphing calculator, close the parenthesis. Negative 12.3519, right? But you add 1 to the 9, so that will be a 19 to a 20. So that is H, and then we have I. We have I 0.8 minus 0.75 divided by the square root of 0.8, 1 minus 0.8 divided by 10. So open parenthesis, 0.8 minus 0.75, close parenthesis, divided by square root 0.8 multiply 1 minus, right? So the 1 minus, you have to put that in parentheses. If you do the minus yourself, if you say multiply 0.2, then you don't need that parenthesis. Divided by 10, remember, on your graphing calculator, close parenthesis, all right? Close parenthesis. All right, everything looks good. So that is around 0.3953. And then that is I, and then we have J. J is 0.69 minus 0.80 divided by the square root of 0.42. 2 minus 0.42 divided by 12. 0.69 minus 0.80, close parenthesis, remember, close parenthesis, square root 0.42 times open parenthesis 2 minus that, and then divided by 12. So that is negative 0.4677, right? So that will be a 78. 4677, yep. Add 1 to the 7, so that will be a 78. So J is the last part of this example, so that will be all in this example. If you think my instruction is helpful, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate your help really much. I see you all in the next lesson.